Perhaps the most ubiquitously employed atheist one-liner has something to do with science. I mean, it's the buzzword, it's the key word, it's the make sure you include it in every sentence word. And it's an atheistic obsession with science. And a very strange one at that. Because first of all, it's not really an obsession with science, but an obsession with peppering one's atheistic statements with the word, with the term science. Because it gives you an air of respectability and intellectualism. It's odd because science has absolutely nothing to do with atheism, and atheism has absolutely nothing to do with science. Nothing whatsoever. Now, when I debated an atheist publicly on the issue of morality, boy, he knew what he was doing, because virtually the very first words out of his mouth was that he was going to appeal to science. Oh, wow. That's it. He got him hooked right from the get-go. Man, that was a good strategy. Because, you know, he says the word science and it's like, my precious. Oh, he's going to tell us scientifically all about morality, yes. So he must be right, or he must know what he's talking about, or what have you. It's borrowed capital. It's a parasitic effect. So what is science? Well, I mean, there's various definitions. But when it comes to scientific methodology, science is a tool. It's one of the various tools at our disposal whereby to discern our very best guess thus far about any given phenomena. Now, if you want to say that it's the very best tool, well, so be it. I mean, it's a fantastic tool. But you got to have the right tool for the right job, right? So, when you're seeking to discern certain things, science is 100% irrelevant. And when you're seeking to discern other things, it's the best tool we have. I mean, it all depends. What are we talking about? And that's the point, is science is a tool that was conceived of in order to perform a certain function, a certain task. For example, science functions within a box, right? Let's say the box of the universe. Science can take good guesses, but it really can't tell us anything about what's going on outside or beyond our universe, because it has no access to it. Yes, you can mathematically model anything you want, but when it comes to the method, when it comes to observation and reproducible experimentation, we have to understand that science is a tool that does a certain job. And when we try to apply that tool to other jobs, it can be harmful. And it's not constructive at all. Sure, you can hammer a screw into a piece of wood. You can, but it'll damage the wood. So science functions so as to allow us to discern the material creation. And so when we try to apply it to non-material things, it fails because it has no access to it. And the problem is that to conclude that there are no immaterial things because science has no access to them is to make a fundamental mistake. It's to somehow think that if science cannot function upon it, if we cannot apply science to it, then it doesn't exist. That's a presupposition. It's not a conclusion. For instance, the laws of thermodynamics, what are they? Well, we cannot touch them, taste them, see them. What we call the laws of thermodynamics are merely our description of observed phenomena. But what are they? Well, they're immaterial. We have absolutely no idea what they are. All we can discern is their effect. And isn't that interesting? That atheist will claim that it is ignorant and superstitious to believe that a personal being who is omnipresent and omnipotent administers the universe, but that it is rational and scientific to believe that impersonal laws are omnipotent, omnipresent, and administer the universe. In that sense, the laws are just like the concept of God. They're immaterial. We cannot see them anywhere. All we can tell is their effect. And so science functions within the material realm. And it cannot therefore come to conclusions about anything outside of that realm. It can point.
We are scientists. We can conceive of anything.
You must learn to distinguish between smut and science.
Science? Ooh, la-di-da.
That is a scientific fact, huh?
Put your trust in the scientific method. Put your faith in the scientific method. I have enough faith in the scientific method.
What were you... was this ever about science?
Those damn scientists, they don't know what they're doing.
That's bad. Melanie, I can't even hear you. It's just noise coming out of an ugly scientist.
The fact that science can account for everything. Science is omnipotent.
Science and evidence don't seem to impact much what people believe.
And science is supposed to have all the answers.
Oh, now, don't speak to me of antiquated notions like a soul. I mean, you're a scientist. Can you measure a soul? Can you measure it? Huh?
Science is full of coincidences.
And I freaking love science.
I don't believe in God. I believe in science.